Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the LTR visa, or so-called long-term residence visa. As we've discussed in other videos on this channel, it's kind of a misnomer calling it a long-term residence visa. It does not provide permanent residence per se. In fact, it's a 10-year visa, again, in theory, but it's 10 years with, you get one 5-year side of it, and then you're constantly scrutinized throughout that 5 years. And then you get another 5 years, I guess, where you're scrutinized even further. Again, we haven't seen this fully shake out, but it looks to me like, notwithstanding sort of all the bells and whistles and promises associated with it, there's, it's not as sort of a hassle-free a deal as most folks think. But the thrust of this video is talking about the tax implications. I thought of making this video after reading a recent article on Pattaya Mail, pattayamail.com. Article is titled, Elite Card is Winning the Battle of Thailand's Long-Stay Visas. Quoting directly, long-term residence LTR visa program offering wealthy pensioners, investors, executives, and digital nomads 10 years in return for investments or income mostly in excess of the elite requirements. The scheme is under the jurisdiction of the Board of Investment. Its marketing strategy seems stagnant by comparison. Also, the much publicized perk of possible entitlement to buy freehold land has now been canceled by the Thai cabinet. Yeah. We've done a lot of videos on this channel about that. The land ownership possibility for foreigners has now fallen by the wayside. That's not possible now. Quoting further, the main attractions of the LTR specifically are a lower rate of income tax for professionals and the possibility of an alternative route to a work permit, although BOI has not published any data since the September 2022 launch. The take-up is rumored to be small. Okay, this is kind of where you get into the nuanced side of the analysis on here. It's my understanding that this LTR is rolled out. It provides a flat tax rate of 17%, which is a little odd, and I kind of have an issue with that being a Thai insofar as a foreigner can come in and get this flat rate, but I've still got to deal with the progressive tax brackets, for my own income, but okay, leaving that aside. The other thing is, though, I found that 17% to be rather interesting because, we've set up a number of SMEs, including my company, this firm 15 years ago. And, I've dealt with the tax rate here in Thailand, and for the most part, I'm usually dealing with 15% personal income tax. Now, again, there's taxes associated with maintaining a corporation in Thailand. I get all of that. But at the end of the day, especially for folks who are sort of high net worth individuals, et cetera, I could see a number of different scenarios from a tax standpoint where it'd probably be better off just setting up a company and using that to do business here in Thailand, even regionally and whatnot, rather than, sort of relying on this LTR visa, which again, some of its foundations, in my opinion, at least from a legal standpoint, again, kind of from an outside observer's perspective, seem a little bit tenuous, as we saw with the land deal, that sort of came online as, oh, this is going to be part of it, and then it fell by the wayside. Long story short, I can see a number of different scenarios where you can end up with a situation where you're beating 17%, but you're kind of in a more advantageous position for a number of different reasons. Most notably, if you go through standard business visa and work permit, you're at least getting the clock ticking for real permanent residence. And there's nothing I see with regard to the LTR that allows for any kind of path to permanent residence or ultimately citizenship, as opposed to a standard Thai business visa and work permit and possibly an SME company here in the Kingdom of Thailand.